Well, hey guys, and welcome back to Tactical Review. So today we're going to keep on going with the little flashlight theme that we've had for the last few weeks. And today, as you see here on the table in front of me, we are going to be looking at pocket lights or EDC lights. If you remember back to my EDC video from last May, I think it was, the card's right over here. And then you'll remember that I had talked about having a flashlight with you. And I mentioned that you could use your phone's flashlight. And in the interim, I've started carrying a dedicated flashlight, and I've decided that the phone light is woefully underpowered. But anyway, what we're looking at today are a couple of different keychain lights. Well, we have the, and these are all from the Olight EOS series. We're looking at the i3e, which is powered by a single AAA battery and has a max output of 90 lumens at 500 candela. Yes. We're also looking at the i1r 2, which is rechargeable. It's kind of nifty. You just twist it here. It gives you a micro USB charging port, and it puts out 150 lumens at 400 candela. And then finally, we're going to take a look at my EDC light, which is the i3t. Also powered by a single AAA battery. We're going to come back to that here in a moment. It has an output of 180 lumens, but nearly double the light pressure, if you will, at 900 candela. So, and again, I said before that there's more than just lumens at play. So that's where that candela rating comes in. Now, while we're talking about it, we're going to throw that video up here of the batteries lasting. We're going to throw the video up here. Video. My editor's lacking. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I have probably the worst editor in the business. But at least we got things going now. Anyway, now if my editor can get anything close to on the ball, and I doubt it, as I mentioned the battery life of these, we'll kind of see it come down on the screen. Anyway, so first up, I'm going to cover these in order of battery life. We have the Olight. We have the Olight i3e. It's a little twist to operate deal. It's designed to be a keychain light, fairly small. Just, you know, it's none of these lights have the kind of output that we've seen out of the weapon light platforms. But none of these lights are designed to identify a potential threat at 50 to 300 yards. These are the kind of thing that you're going to use to make sure that you're getting your key into the keyhole. You're going to look for something in the cup holder or under the dash of your vehicle. So the rated battery life of the i3e is 45 minutes. And impressively, I got better than the rated battery life out of all of these. When I started this test, I put an Amazon Basics AAA battery and just ran it until it died. I got right around an hour of battery life out of this. Now, again, I'm not going to say it was super usable towards the end of the battery life, but that's still roughly 33% more than the rated battery life. Not too shabby. Moving on up to the i1r 2, and yeah, when we get to the light throw video portion of this, you'll see that I mangled the name of this. But anyway, we're looking at not quite twice the light output of the i3e, while still being in a compact form factor. I don't know how well you can see that. It's about 2/3 the length, very similar lens diameter. Really handy little keychain light. I do like the fact that it's rechargeable. Again, for what it is, it's a convenience light, and so it would be inconvenient if it wasn't working, but not the end of the world, probably. Anyway, this one is rated for up to 6 hours of battery life. And that would have been really impressive. Again, it's out of a little rechargeable package. But as you're seeing on screen right now, it actually ran for nearly 22 hours before finally going dead. And there again, at the very end, we're talking like a moonlight mode. It was maybe putting out 5 lumens of light. But I'm just really impressed with the longevity that I saw out of this particular little light, especially when we are talking about nearly 400% the rated battery life. But then the Grand Marathon Champion, and you see that video still running up on screen right now, was the i3t. You heard me mention before that this flashlight video ended up being nearly cursed, and I had problems because of how long some of the lights were running. This light took the cake. So it does have 2 modes on it. It has a low mode, which is only 5 lumens, I think, and then a high beam that gives you 180 lumens. And even in low mode, I went into a dark room and tested this. I turned on the flashlight on my phone and then turned on this light on low, and I could actually see where the beam of this light was. So again, any kind of pocket carry light, I think, is probably honestly a better bet than counting on your cell phone. Not to mention the fact that in any kind of an emergency, you're better off to not drain the battery of your cell phone using it as a flashlight. It works in a pinch, but a dedicated light is honestly a better bet. Anyway, this light is designed on one AAA battery. Again, the same kind of battery that's in the i3e. It's twice the light output. And they give a claimed runtime of 16 hours. So I'm already impressed that we're talking about 16 times the runtime off of the same power source. But you see on screen, we are well past 16 hours. I would have been impressed with 24 hours. I would have been astounded at 32 hours of total runtime, double the rated battery life. But as that video comes to a close up on screen, you will see that it took nearly 47.5 hours for this to drain a new Amazon Basics AAA battery. There's absolutely a chance that was a fluke, but I wasn't going to re-record and do another battery just to find out, because folks, that was a frustrating endeavor. Yeah, sometime we might get into the technical discussion of that. If you're kind of a computer geeky person and you want to talk about the background of dealing with such a long video and recovering a large portion of it when it crashed due to an overfull hard drive, we can talk about that. But that's not really the point of this video. What we're going to do is we are going to go to our outside footage now. Again, I apologize for the camera not picking up very well, especially with these lower powered lights. I haven't had a chance to review this footage on a big screen yet. I do assure you that the light was on and it was very noticeable in person. So let's cut to that footage. All right, we're going to start out here with the least powerful of the 3 lights. And we are set up in the same position that we have for all of our other light tests. But of course these little pocket lights aren't going to have the same kind of throw that we've seen out of the weapon lights. And I would say that they're really not made for the same situation. So here we have the i3e, and that is, I don't even think that's showing up on the camera at all. Of course not. I'm getting about 10 yards of relatively cool light here. I think, again, this is about 90 lumens. It's a great little keychain light, which is its form factor. Would help you see things in the car, see to put your key in the lock, but you're not doing anything tactical with it. It's also not a very large light, which I'm sure I've already shown back in the office. All right, we'll turn that one off. All right, so here's our other keychain light, the IR2, or excuse me, the 1R2. And that one again, I just don't think we're really picking up on the camera. Very similar throw to the i3e, maybe reaches out just a little bit further, kind of getting some light out to around 50 yards or so. It's just very diffuse by that point. It does have a little bit of a wider beam, and I was, as we've already seen, very impressed with the battery life to this. And this one's rechargeable, which is kind of a nice feature for a little keychain light. And then we have my EDC light, the i3t, which has a low mode. You're not going to pick that up on screen. This is comparable to about a cell phone flashlight. And as a matter of fact, it is a touch brighter than the light on my OnePlus 6T, which is a cell phone I carry. And then it has a high mode, and very similar to the 1R2. Once again, I use this light all the time, but out here outside, I bet you haven't picked up any of that. Now we're going to go back inside where it's a lot warmer and wrap up with our conclusions on these pocket flashlights. All right, quite obvious difference in these lights, shining them across the street. Well, let's bring some conclusions. Now, all three of these are Olights. Streamlight at least has a light in this kind of a form factor. My coworker has one. It is rechargeable, and it's similar money to the Olight. I didn't bring that in for this test. It does put out a little bit more. It puts out 200 and some lumens instead of 180. Regardless, I didn't have that for this test. We're not going to talk any more about that. These two lights, both of these keychain lights are going to run you around the $10 to $12 mark, depending on where you get them and what sales are running, and etc., etc., etc. Of these two, unless you have a very, very compelling reason, you absolutely want replaceable batteries instead of rechargeable, I would recommend the i1r 2 every time. 10 times out of 10, I would recommend that over the i3e. I gave away several of these i3es as Christmas presents. They're nice little keychain lights, but if you're buying one for yourself and you're making the choice, choose the i1r 2. However, right around $20, you can pick up the i3t. So if the slightly larger body of the flashlight isn't going to be a problem, I would highly recommend stepping up to this one. You can tuck this into the corner of a pocket. I actually frequently clip it along the top edge of my multi-tool belt pouch. Super handy little package. I've carried this with me every day for the last 3 months, and I have used it many times. So right around twice the price, and I would say more than twice the light. And especially if you look at the battery life, take that into consideration. Highly recommend the i3t. And the nice thing is all the things we discussed last week about electronics protection and things like that, those don't come into the EDC light realm nearly as much. So for going around your daily business, pick you up a flashlight. I don't have any promo codes to give you. I don't have any special deals to give you, but you should get you one. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I want to take a moment to once again thank my channel supporters. Whether you're just sharing the videos and sharing the channel, or if you're actually going and supporting the channel on Patreon, I appreciate my viewers, everybody who has given me so much support as we're coming up on the anniversary of my first video here in just a couple of months. Please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and ring that notification bell so you see when I upload new content. If you would like to support the channel financially, up on screen right now, you're seeing my Patreon link. I would love it if you'd go over there and help even just a little bit. If you can throw $1 a month towards the channel, that'd help immensely. It helps cover the cost of accessories, cover the cost of weapons, and cover the cost of ammunition, just everything that goes into running a firearms channel. If you're not following the channel on social media, you should be doing that. Up on screen right now, you can see the channel's username over on Facebook and Instagram. Over there, you're going to see behind the scenes pictures of just whatever is going on. If you do miss out on your YouTube notifications, I also post when videos are going live over on Instagram and Facebook. You'll get some political musings and just a little bit of everything. It gives us a great way to stay in touch. Guys, until next time, shoot straight, stay safe.